What's going on? I just realized something, man. Like, I've seen this before, man. I mean, look, future faking and narcissistic abuse is like, look, baby, if you just let me stick in the tip, we'll get married and I'm gonna take you and we're gonna have this magical honeymoon future of pleasures and forever. But look, you never planned on promising any of that anyway. Future faking could be, if you take this medicine here, the snake oil, you'll live forever. You know what I'm saying? This is a cure-all for anything. All you got a bloody nose, you got hemorrhoids, you got impotence. Take this snake oil and voila. Anyway, that's future faking. Another sort of future faking. Oh my gosh, if we don't lock down the borders, all the immigrants are gonna come take our women and our jobs, and then we're just gonna cease to exist and be outnumbered. I mean, look, if we don't take these drastic measures, something bad might happen. This is all future faking, okay? And it's kind of like, look, there's these with the narcs also, there's a sweet mean cycle. And there's also this kind of parentification where they make you take responsibility for what they do. It's another kind of projection, okay? That's like the government. They're like, it's your fault. Global warming's happening. So you need to go green. You need to be a force of change. Force to change. So, look, dude, I just seen it. It's like with the lockdowns, man, and the restrictions and the supply chain disruptions and the way that it's broken. Now all of a sudden it's fixed again. And then it goes back to broken. Then it's fixed. Or, it's going back to normal. Just look, they overthrew the shadow government, man, and everything's gonna go great now. Look, I mean, you're hearing all these rumors and just weird back and forth, like, look, conflicting. Look, it's so confusing because there's so many conflicting views. And, I mean, I just watched this thing about the church committee, which was like this, CIA was using propaganda, and then there was this freaking, they were like paying journalists to say whatever they needed them to say. Anyway. So, it's kind of like this future faking it's been going on for a long time, dude, with the conflicting false reports, false news. Like, look, for instance, if you can get someone, like, say you have some real despicable character where he writes a story and he has some credentials, like in the military industrial type of black budget area, like a Tom Clancy-ish type, EIO type, and you leak this false story to a news, media, distributor, and then you already have it prepackaged because you already knew it was fake, so you can like basically get this whole franchise taken out defame their character and undermine their credibility. You don't like it because they're too pro freedom, right? And too Second Amendment and First Amendment. So CISA is like, man, look, dude, we don't need more of these guys around right now. So we need this magazine to take a dive in the third. So there you go. Like, look, that's one of the ways this thing could work. One of the reasons why they operate this way. But another, it's like going to a guru and like, look, when I've seen these brainwashing gurus, these Jim Jones types, they're from India. I mean, they make the people go, and jump up and clap and go, and like repeat words for long periods. It's like a total, it's the fun house effect where, woo, you get the vertigo and you don't know up from down and you're all like, ooh, like your ears are whizzing. It really wazzles your senses. And that's one of the reasons, man. There's that movie, Mel Gibson, On the Edge of Darkness, I think it's called. And his daughter, like, finds out they're, like, dumping, like, toxic waste into the river or something. So they go actually and poison her with the nuclear waste. And then, at the end, this double agent, like spook merc Blackwater agent tour type, was like, see, what we do is we leak so many crazy stories that it'd be so convoluted and twisted that no one could even figure it out from that point, like exactly the truth. And it's because you kind of know, look, the reasonable doubt is if that's real for the elites, for the people in power. As long as they can create a reasonable doubt, they're always going to win. But for us, we're automatically guilty. Like, look, they're dropping the hammer down on us, the gavel. They're like, wow, on you. But then it's like, this is how it was in Sodom and Gomorrah, where the courts were rigged towards it. It was like, it was a kangaroo court. With like, and it was unjust and it was like straight up corrupt. It was like the South when the KKK was running around killing people. It was all the police and firemen and the baker and the butcher and whatnot. Were basically the ones doing it. But I've seen this before, dude. This. Oh man, it's broken really bad. It's broken really bad. Or, disaster's coming. And then all of a sudden it's averted. Never mind. False alarm. It's a cry wolf. You know what I'm saying? And there's also Chicken Little's been running around. Oh my gosh, it's over, man. It's the end. It's the end. But I was even one of them Chicken Littles for a minute. I mean, we're still in that same time frame, but the end is near. It has a longer, like time isn't the same on that. I mean, it's coming really quicker than I'd like, but looking back on it, you know what I'm saying? It still, you never know how long it really, what's going, how long it's really going to go. And when times are tough and bad, time seems to compress and slow down. That's why I realized, look, dude, in just a few years of trauma and abuse from the government and the authority and all this propaganda and just like future faking and just look, fear mongering and gaslighting and projecting and parentifying the little guy who has nothing to do with anything, just out here just, look, living your life. Look, it's weird. The blame shifting and the guilt tripping, the narcissistic abuse has been so rampant. It's like they talk down to you like your children. And I mean, it's like on Conan, when the snake, the false of doom, he goes, at the end he's like, come to me, my son. And it's like, huh? And he was like, wait a second. Whack! Because it's like, I'm not your son. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who the heck are you? But listen, that is a great example of how statism works, where people identify with their leader and they actually have a wazzed out Stockholm syndrome. Which means that's kind of this captive syndrome where you start to identify with your captor. It's like that also, like, look, Django, like, I just watched that. Samuel Jackson on Django is a perfect example of a Stockholm, Huxley. They will love at their servitude. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and he said, they rule us through fear in the club. But he said they would, develop sophisticated ways to make you love your servitude, man. You got to watch the Huxley 1963 Berkeley speech. It's a great little But anyway, I realize at this moment in time, right now, dude, that I've been through this already. When the 9/11 happened, right? And then it was as if, like, look, it happened so quick, it was like a keto. You didn't know what was going on. I mean, you can't figure it out until you're looking back at it. The farther we go ahead, the more you look back at it, the more you can see it wasn't what it appeared to be. But for that whole time frame afterwards, it was like they had this terror alert where they conditioned us, man, for, I mean, it seems like only a summer, but it might even have been years. I can't even remember. But on the news, they had this little bar on the side. Then it was like, it was blue, and then green, then yellow, then orange, then red. And they were like, today, it was like the weather report. Today, there's a high chance of terrorist attack. A terrorist attack. Like, they would even say it with that Muslim kind of Mexican Muslim voice. Heretic. These heretics, may attack. And today today, the intelligence reports come in and say that's yellow. But it was never on blue or green. It was only stayed from yellow like that. It's like, if dude's driving, he's staying heavy on the pedal. You know what I'm saying? It's like, look, he ain't going all the way, but he also ain't falling down below half. So it's like, and they did this for a while. That's also a form, that's this idea of future faking, dude. Also, dude, I mean, it's just straight up lies, trickery, magicianry, despicableness, just chicanery, con job, inside job. All these terms come to mind when it, like, when you look at this stuff, like inside job, inside your freaking head. They're doing a job inside your head. Or the people that claiming they were attacked were in on it. That's another false flag. When the people who are guilty are the ones acting as if they're the plaintiff, and they're going to come in also as the savior. They're going to pretend to be, but that's a dominating, captivating, strategic way to sneakily attain enough power to get ultimate power. It's like power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. That's why these people feel they're justified for continuity of government to just propaganda us, lie to us, future fake us, and just like straight up psychic driving, chaining, and anchoring us to these false, political theater, events. You know what I'm saying? Look, you can look through so many of them. I mean, look at the things that are big. I mean, that's why they're erasing the history, because look, it was fake anyway. I mean, or at least at best they're half truths, but look, they're hiding more than they're telling us. And that's you can look in that, you can take that any direction. It seems like, yeah, it's a cover up, but it's not covered up that their shenanigans and what they're up to. I mean, you ain't got to dig very far. It's recent history. It's all declassified. You're not. It's like, I want to see. If it's available, I don't mind looking at that. And I'll take notes on that. And that's how I've learned a lot of stuff over the years. And I just listen to other people I listen to open discussions about experts' discoveries. You know what I'm saying? With no application. But just keep it moving, you know. It's like you just pick up a little bit, learn a little bit every day. You learn something new every day. You know what I'm saying? And eventually you get enough dots. You can start to make the picture. You know what I'm saying? You can start to see the big picture.